Yeah, thank you. I'm going to do a brief introduction of who our facilitator is for today before we give him the floor to start. So our facilitator name is Ale Oluwaseyi, and Mr. Ale Oluwaseyi is a dynamic business development and project manager expert with a strong background in sales, marketing, fundraising, and partnership building within the social development sector. He excels in driving the growth of social impact products and services, leveraging strategic collaborations and innovative marketing approaches to expand reach and maximize impacts. Mr. Sheyi has successfully led high-impact social development programs and facilitated key partnerships. His expertise spans projects, His expertise span across project coordination, grant writing, and stakeholder engagement, making him a valuable asset in designing and executing scalable solutions for social impact. Mr. Sheyi is also the co-founder of Good Climate. Good morning, Mr. Sheyi.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, and thank you for joining us today.
Yeah, thank you so much. Good morning, everyone. Wow, it's a full house. Okay. Like Adibola has mentioned, I want to believe everyone can hear me very clearly. Okay. All right. So, as everyone has mentioned, as Adibola has mentioned, my name is Oluwaseyi Ale again, and it's actually nice to be here. And yeah, so I think we're going to start. So some little bit of guidelines before we start. So I just want to tell you that I'm not here to say new things. There are actually some things that you know before, which I'm going to be repeating today. Please put it at the back of your mind. There are also some things that, okay, fine, you've had it before, you might not be making use of it. And so just to put you into that action. And also there are some things that you're going to be probably be hearing for the first time. Yeah, so that is actually how it's going to be. So I'm going to share my slide now. Let me just share is not on. I think you might need to give me permission to share. Okay. All right. So today we're going to be talking about sales, and I've actually titled this sales strategy for startups and also like for businesses. And this class is actually going to be very interactive. I'm going to be asking questions, and I'm also going to be taking feedback. Then there are also going to be classworks. Then there's also going to be like assignments that you're going to be taking, and it's more like list of things that we're going to do, especially so that we can. This is not just like talking, and I also expect us to start doing some of these things today. Can I share my screen now? Okay, just try. Oh, sharing is not turned on. I think there's actually a setting, there's a permission for that. Okay, all right. So before I start sharing my screen, so let me just like kindly just like do a kind of survey of of people in the room. So please in the chat box you can just let me know your name and the name of your business, and you can just like put the sector that your business is so that I can start using it as case study when I'm taking the classes. So we can just start now. So your name, the name of your business, and what your business is about. Just very short, what your business is about, or maybe the sector, so that I can know. Thank you, Olagunju John Adifemi, but you didn't put your business and also okay, CEO Joe Levite Farms. Okay, we produce organic yam. Wow, organic yam. Wow, that's interesting. Then yam that is not organic. Wow, I'm like learning a lot today. So my name is Victory Okwazu, founder of Robot Clean Technologies, clean energy sector. Telemedicine. Okay, wow, this is actually like healthcare. So I've had healthcare, I've had agribusiness, I've had wow, catfish production. Very good. So that means that we have like mix of startups and also SME. That's good. Then even some MSME, prop tech, flexible online market that connects. Okay, so this is actually a very good service. Connect remote workers, creators, individuals, and businesses. Lightbulb, an AI tech startup. Uh, well, plastic recycling. Wow, that's good. So we even have on clean energy, on recycling. Okay, Paulette, reusable menstrual pad. Wow, that's interesting. Okay, fine. So I'll just continue to go through that. I still cannot share my screen. Okay, I might need to send. Wow. There's actually there's a setting for that under more. Under setting, there's actually like you can grant permission for me to share. Oh, okay, fine. Okay, good. Okay, I can share my screen now. Hmm, okay.
Hello, Shay. Yes, you can go ahead and share your screen now.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Fine. That's no problem. Hmm, I think I might need to just send it to you. It's not key. Coming. I'm trying to fix. Okay. Please just give me 1 minute. I'm trying to fix the screen. Okay. So sorry. I think I'll need to send it to Adebola to please share it from our side. I don't know. I'm having issue with my laptop.
All right, that's fine.
Okay, but that's okay. I'm sending it to you now. Thank you. So sorry for keeping everybody waiting. All right. Okay, fine. So one thing I've realized in the title I have here is that we have different people from different sector. So I think I'm going to be using all these as case study. I've written some down: plastic recycling, agribusiness, telemedicine, also e-commerce sites. So this is actually for me to be able to see kind of like case study we're going to be using. And the first thing I'm going to say is that uh, everybody in business should be able to, you are, when you're just starting up in.
Sorry, I can't hear you, sir. I don't know if others can hear him.
Same here, cannot hear him.
Okay, all right. Adiba, can I have the screen up now? All right, so without the screen, so let me just start. So today we're going to be looking at some definition about sales. Then we're also going to be looking at sales strategy. Then we're also going to be looking at sales funnels. And then after that, we're also going to be moving to sales process, what are actually like the process involved in sales from the kind of inceptions. Just to let you know that sales is actually like in stages. Like you don't just like start want to sell now and today that you also like expect feedback, and also how to build relationship, especially for sales and for partnerships. Then also how to track and analyze your sales. Okay, so since my screen is now up now, so let me just think I might just have to just start teaching. All right. So now sales strategy is actually like just like a plan on how to acquire customers, generate revenue, focusing and identify on target audience, defining the value proposition, and implementing effective sales. I mean tactics. So some of the things I've mentioned in this definition is how do you acquire customers? How do you generate revenue? And how do you focus on your target audience? And how do you define your value proposition? And how do you implement this tactics? So these are actually like some of the things that are involved in this strategy. So you might just want to like note some of these things down. Acquiring customers, generating revenue, focusing on target audience, defining value proposition, and implementing effective sales tactics. So in this also, there's also called goals. There's action. So you must have a goal. Now, let's say I'm actually like into agribusiness. I must have a goal that this is the amount of customer I want to have. This is the amount of sale I want to make at the end of the month. This must be backed up by an action so that you can have a revenue and how to secure like new customers. I've realized that uh, most times when most times when you don't have a plan, it's more like you are just like doing everything. And let me say this, for some of us that are starting new business, and that is why your business plan has to be in place. I know that so much of us have actually like done a whole lot of business plan and this like that, but business plan is not just something that you do one time and you keep. It's something that you have to keep on updating every time. As a business development person, I do business plan for people most times, and people tell me that so maybe after 5 years or maybe 2 years, they now get back to you. Be like, how is your business going, and what's up? They will now refer you back to that business plan you did for them like 2 years ago, and that's what they are still using. It's actually very bad. And in business plan, okay. So in business plan, you can actually like you can make like a 6 month plan. You make a 1 year plan. After then, you can make a 5 years plan. But mind you, okay, okay, I can control the slide. Oh wow. Oh, great. Okay, thank you. All right. Okay. I was told I can control the slide. Okay. All right. So, sorry, can I get feedback? I think this is I just want to know that you're following me. Can I continue?
Yes, we are. Yes, sir.
Okay, that's fine. All right. So now this is actually I'm not here to define to make definitions. It's just for us to get into the main thing. So the first thing we're going to be looking at is components of a sales strategy. So I'm going to be taking it one by one, and we're going to be working together. We're going to be working together on that. So the first component of the sales strategy is to identify your target audience, and what we call it is user persona. So now I'm going to be taking us through how to create a user persona, and everybody is going to be doing this together. I hope you're ready. So like I said, this is actually going to be an interactive class. So now, how do you create a user persona? Now, the first thing you have to do to create a user persona, let me even tell us what a user persona is. A user persona is actually who is going to buy your product. Not everybody needs your product, and not everybody needs your service.
Hi everyone. I'm sorry, my internet went off. I think Mr. Shea's internet went off as well. So just give us a few minutes and he's going to join us shortly.
All right, ma. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. I'm actually very sorry. I don't know what happened. I just got logged out. Please, can you all hear me?
Yes, we can hear you,
We,
sir.
Yes,
we
I
can
hear
hear
you.
you.
Yeah, so sorry. So sorry. I think there was actually like issue with the host, so I got logged out, and so I can just have to start again. So we're actually talking about. So I will wait for the host to put up the screen back. So we're talking about how to create a user persona, and I said that the first thing you have to do to create a user persona is to know what user persona is, and also to know the kind of people you are going to be selling to. All right. So so the first thing to do to create a user persona is to research your audience, like conducting survey, interviews, market research to gather data. And especially for startups like this, surveys, most times interviews might not work. And that's exactly why you have to sit with your team to see who are you marketing to. And some of the things you want to know is you want to know the kind of age that your product actually work with. You want to know their occupation. You want to know that what their goal is for buying from you, which is actually a very, very, very important thing. Why are they even buying this thing? So can I have somebody that would just give a kind of that want us to use their business um as a case study? So you can just like raise your hand so that I can see, and we can use your business as a case study. Okay, Jibola Ekundayo. Okay, let me. Can I see what your business do? I'm unable to access the message. Okay, Ajibola Ekundayo, can you just like unmute your mic and tell me about your business so we can note some of the things your business do so we can. All right, I'm waiting to hear from you. Ajibola Ekundayo, you can unmute your mic.
Sir. All right, sir. Thank you so much, sir. I'm
All
the
right.
founder of Fash. Fash is an African hair manufacturing company, and what we do is we make comfortable and light wigs in form of braids and other African hairstyles.
Okay, hair manufacturing company.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so what
We
kind
make,
of hair do you make?
yes, sir. We make comfortable and light wigs in form of braids and
Wigs.
other African hairstyles.
Okay, so wigs, braids, and African hairstyle.
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay, that's fine. So let's use you for the kind of the user personnel that you're going to use now. So can you tell me between what age do you work with? Do you think, I mean, people that need your business card that or maybe that will buy your product?
Yes, sir. About probably 20 to like 40, sir.
Okay, you said 20.
To like 40 years, sir. Like
40.
20 to
Are you saying like maybe? Are you saying like women or maybe like 50, 60 do not need your product?
they do, sir, but I realize that mostly their children buy for them, mostly. So we still have customers that of that age, but mostly their children get as gifts for them, sir.
Okay. Actually, that is not a problem. The main thing is that when you are justifying demography according to age, you need to have a reason for justifying it. For me now,
Can no longer hear the no sound.
for me, I would say so. For me, I would say that in my mind, I would think that maybe 16-year-olds might need a week. I might actually not be correct. And I'll also say that maybe 60-year-old needs a wig, but fine, that is actually your business. The reason I would say 60-year-old is more like we have teenage nowadays who want to look good, who want to like be in vogue, things like that. So if you're starting your demographic for 20, I might say that you're actually like missing some market out, but that is fine. I think we can actually like go with that. Another thing we're also going to be looking at is occupation. So now, who are the people that need your product? What and what do they do?
Okay, sir. So, majorly, last week I did a little research. I realized that about 70% of people that buy from me are either women abroad or planning to travel abroad. So, I linked that to the very high price of braids of braiding their hair abroad. So, majorly working
Oh,
class women and students that stay abroad, sir.
okay, okay, all right.
But in
Okay, occupation. So, but is that the only occupation you are targeting? What about maybe working class people in Nigeria, women that
yes,
works
sir.
in banks?
Yes, we get women that working class women in Nigeria, busy women, especially in Lagos. Yes, sir.
Okay, all right. Okay, fine. Next question. Why do people buy your product?
I would say because it saves them time. Many women the average Nigerian woman doesn't have the time to sit for about 8 to 10 hours braiding their hair. So I would really say because it saves them the time of sitting. I would also say because it is very lifelike. What I mean by that is very realistic. You would hardly know that it's a braided. That has been the review so far. Like it looks real. So they would I think that makes it a preferred choice. And the fact that recently did a new invention, the desire of people for bone straight. I don't know if you know about bone straight kind of extension, sir. So we started using the bone straight
Yeah,
kind
I
of
do.
extension for the braided wigs, and that really did a lot on the revenue, sir.
Okay. Okay. All right. So another thing, so we've actually looked at age, we look at the occupation of your user persona, then we also look at their goal. But for me, I'm not really convinced about your goal. The goal you mentioned, I'm not really convinced about it. The goal is that why are they even using it? Like why? Do they want to look good? Do they want to upgrade the kind of class? Like I know nowadays that when women wear wig, they look very different from like normal. As a man myself, I would prefer to talk to a woman that wear a wig than for a woman that is an all back. It's not a kind of like, but it's a kind of class. It shows class, and some people also wear it because of class too. Like, okay, fine. I want people to know that I'm wearing a 500,000 wig, 1 million naira wig, and things like that. So those are some of the things you might have to like look at when you are doing your user persona. And it also like goes into other people's business too, especially people in fashion business. The reason people use iPhone in Nigeria is not because they need it. It's because class. It's because they want to belong to a particular class. And that is actually some of the things you have to also like be putting into your sales strategy. Hair making, I have a particular friend that makes a natural wig. She's actually very, very big on Instagram. Afro wig, and she's very big. And the kind of ladies that buy from her are really kind of like class ladies, like even some people that do not even have the money. And I think she even started doing this kind of like you can pay installments in weeks, as in paying 1.5 million naira installments a week, which is actually a very, very big, I mean, a good business strategy though. So another thing we also want to look at is pain points. What are the pain points of these customers? And so what are the pain points means that this is more like when it comes to services, this is more like when it comes to problem statement. Like why do they like why do they really like need this thing? What is their need for this thing? So we might have to look at that. Then we also want to look at their preferred channel. Uh, how do you communicate with them, which is very, very important. If you're doing hair business, you might not really have business marketing on some channels. I think for if you are doing here, one of the best way you want to market is Instagram. You don't have any business on LinkedIn, really. If you are doing here, I don't think you have any business on LinkedIn. If you are doing agri-business, you might go to Facebook or maybe LinkedIn itself. You might not have any, if you're doing agri-business, you might not have any business being on Instagram. So let me go over these things again. We've actually used, because of our time, we might not be able to use two businesses as a case study, but let me just do like a kind of revamp of some of the things I've been able to say. To create a user personnel, you have to like look at the age. That's the demographic. I'm talking generally about the demographic now. Let's look at the age, the occupation of people that need your product. What is their goal? Their goal means that what do they want to achieve by using your product? What is their pain point? Their pain point means that what is the problem statement? Why are they rushing to need this service, to need this product? Especially for recyclable part now. You might be doing that because of issue with fine. I mean, a cost. You might be doing that because of cost. People are unable to afford the normal pad. That's why they are doing it. So that means that your pad doesn't need to be very, very expensive. Then also preferred channel. In what way can you communicate with them? So we've mentioned there are a whole lot of ways you can communicate, and there are actually some businesses that you don't do on just social media alone. If you are doing agri-business now, 80% of your 80% of your marketing needs and marketing point has to come offline, not even online. So before we move away from that, let me just say some few things to about user personnel, which I think. So user personnel actually allows you to know how you want to sell. It doesn't allow you to just be floating around all places. It allows you to know, okay, fine, this is the particular people. So when you are doing ads, when you are doing ads on social media, Facebook, Instagram, they will ask you, who and who are you? Do you want this ad to go? You can't just choose everybody in the whole of Lagos. And Pareto's principle, just 20% are even going to like work. So assuming you're now marketing to like 100% of people, which you're not going to get. I'm so sorry, I'm still unable to work on my screen. I'm unable to direct the screen from here. So please, you can help me to fix that. Okay, so I'll just move on to the next thing. So please, if you have any question on the how to create a user personnel, please just type in the chat box and let me know. So I'll take that. So the next thing on the component of sales strategy is setting clear goals and objectives. I think I've also been able to mention some of that when I was talking about user personnel. Setting clear goals means that is a game of numbers. Sales is actually a game of numbers. It means that if I'm just starting, so I remember early last year, I started an agri-business, agri-e-commerce site with a particular friend in the UK. And when we started, we were trying to create a kind of sales strategy. And we said that one of the things we decided to do is to sell egg in the UK. If you know now, egg sales in US, especially in Europe, is actually at a low point. And we decided to start. And I think in the first month, we said that we're going to sell 4,500 crates of egg in the first month. And we put it to that's first month. I think we're actually multiplying it by 2.5. 2.5 still. Funnily, we sold up to like 6,000 crates of egg in the first month. And I think in the next month, we didn't sell up to that 6,000 crates of egg. So setting clear goals actually allows you to accommodate expectation and also how to do your budget. This thing is just about planning. And the problem is that if you don't plan when it comes to sales, you're going to fail woefully. You're going to fail in the sense that you will not even know what you are doing. And this is actually this is very important, especially for businesses that are just starting. You need to have an expectation. How much can I sell? And this is very, very important because there are some points that you might not sell anything. I think someone has asked me that question before that, okay, they have a particular business. So they started maybe like Q2, they started business around Q2. So Q2, they had a very, very whole lot of sale because they were pushing content both online, they have like field workers going everywhere. But when it came to Q3, they actually tripled their sales. But when it came to Q4, they didn't sell anything. And they were like confused that, why are we not selling? Why are we not selling? And I told them that it is actually not every time. It is not every time that you're going to have that high turnout. And that time you did not have high turnout, it is actually a time that you're supposed to increase your hands or increase your sales funnels or increase your marketing because sales is also more like is an exponential graph also. There are sometimes that you shoot out. I think we're going to come to that when we get to the sales points. There's sometimes you're going to have a very high sales. There's sometimes that it's going to be very straight. But sometimes you're going to come down. But that doesn't mean you should actually like give up. It is also like a time for you to continue to put more energy. Then another thing is, which is very important, is analyzing your competitor strategy. This is important because um, competition is actually very, very important for a healthy business. And reviewing your competitor strategies will help you to develop strength on your own. Imagine that you are actually in a sector that you don't know how much your competitors are even charging. You don't know how much their product is. Let's say that, let me use example of, oh, sorry, I can see some of this chart again. Let me use the example of maybe an agribusiness. Let's say that you are selling fish, and let's say fingerling. Fingerling is maybe like, I don't know how much they are selling fingerling now, but I used to know fingerling at a particular point that they are selling fingerling for maybe like 1 naira, 5 naira. I don't know how what Nigeria is saying, but let's say that fingerling is actually like 10 naira per one, and you are just new to the business and you didn't study your competition, and you just say that your own is yes, the slide. Adebola, please, the slide is not moving. Please, can you help me to move to page 3? Thank you. So, and you're selling your home for 20 naira, and you're just wondering that why am I not selling? No, next page, please. Okay, thank you. You can stay here. So, setting, we're actually on analyze your competitor strategy. So, and you're selling your home for 20 naira, and you now start wondering why am I not selling? So sometimes you need to copy your competitions. No, just go to the back. Thank you. I'm still in the previous slide. So you need to know how much especially in case of price, when it comes to price, when it also comes to channels too, you need to know how your customers your competitors are getting customers. Are they using social media? It's not actually not bad if you are using that, if you are using the same channel as they. The only thing is that you might just be very innovative with yours. Price also, there are actually some products that you can't change their price. The only people I know that have different prices are maybe Instagram vendors. This one is selling his own for maybe 15,000. Another person will come tomorrow. They said is premium. I forgot luxury. They say it's luxury and it's 25,000. I don't know what is actually luxury does, but if you're actually like in the same sector with people, your price should not be very, very, very that different. Then you also want to get from them how are they doing this? Why are they successful? Even you should also study your competitors that are not even making it, that are not making sales also, so that you know how and why they are failing. Now, the next thing is for you to develop an effective pricing strategy. And price strategy just means that how do you want to set your price? For some products, especially when it comes to tech, one of the things I've learned about sales is that in tech is that you have to start from a free premium version. This actually allows you to be able to get that traffic going because I remember when we when we started our climate education platform, and we have to make it free for the first version because we needed that traffic to go. And this this will actually help you. And also, you might want to see that, okay, fine, am I offering discount? Am I offering bonuses and things like that? Then the next thing is also to create a distribution plan for your product or services, sales channels. So don't let me deal with this sales channels now because I'm going to get there. Then the last thing you want to do on components of sales strategy is to monitor your progress and make necessary adjustments. Like I've said, your business plan should not be stationary. Your in your business plan, you have a sales plan. So you have to like continue to change it, continue to change your expectations, continue to look forward and look forward to more sales. All right. So now I'm going to be going to I'm going to the next topic, which is understanding sales funnel. So here we're going to be having a whole lot of discussion. Please, if you have any questions, just type in the chat box. This is not like really a teaching class. This is more like an interactive class so that I can answer questions. So understanding sales funnel. We all know what funnel is. So funnel means that you start a at a big point. You start at that circle point, then you continue to move down. The other part is when you start from a low point, that's called an hierarchy. Funnel is different from an hierarchy. Now, the first funnel represents the journey a prospect takes from being a potential customer to making a purchase. Now, this is actually like the biggest part when it comes to sales. And let me make some examples of some things I've seen for you. I remember when I was in university, we had a particular boutique that just opened in front of the school. Very, very funny story. This boutique, very fine store, when boutiques start, they will put glass, clothes there. When I think that was when I was in year 2, I saw a particular Reebok shoe. Why? Very, very fine shoe. Reebok is actually a brand of a shoe. And after maybe like 1 week, I've been seeing that shoe. I didn't go there. I didn't say anything. I was just passing. There's a light inside the boutique, yellow light, boutique used to be very fine. I didn't go there to buy. I didn't have the money though. I like the shoe. But every day I keep on going. I keep on passing in front of the boutique. I'll look at it. The shoe is still there. Funny enough. It actually took me more than a month before I could actually enter that store. So ask them how much is the shoe. Funny enough. But one thing I've seen about us as a business person is that we always expect our customer to buy the same day that we advertise. I don't know if that's true. You can share emoji. You can share your reaction if you think that is true. Most of us, that same day that we are selling, we always want people to buy. And it doesn't like happen like that. Funny, it doesn't. That's not the way it works. The first thing, okay, can actually see my screen again. That's fine. Okay, so the first thing on the sales funnel is the awareness stage. And the awareness stage is actually a stage whereby you are attracting potential customers and creating what we call brand visibility. I call it brand visibility. You need to attract potential customers first. You need to make them to see you. Let's say that you have a farm. You want to put it on LinkedIn so that people will know that, oh, there's a farm somewhere. And mind you, sales is not going to happen that day. And how can you do this brand visibility? It's actually number one, content marketing. You need to do blog, social media, videos, SEOs, and things like that. But the most very critical tool in brand visibility now for awareness is videos. You just want to create that, oh, fine, this is what our brand is. And you just leave it there, going to be there. And create this video. Possible, a whole lot of us actually have phones. You can do cap calls. If you don't have the money, it's something you can do yourself. Take videos, use cap calls. You can use Canva itself. You can just like put things together. Oh, fine. This is what the business is about, and this is what we call awareness. Then you can also do networking, go to events, share your card, tell people what your brand is about, and there's some local events that you can just like maybe partner with them, pick up your roll up banner out there, let people know that oh fine, this is what you do. And the biggest part is partnership, and this partnership actually involves you letting people know what you do. Other business. Oh, fine. Good afternoon, sir. My name is this, and I'm the CEO of this. My business is about this. And now, for some people that have actually mentioned their business here today, if I have maybe like have a need, I can easily like contact you that, oh, fine, I want to do this. Ede Felicitas actually is Nourish Well Food, a processed and packaged locally grown up food product. That is already in my brain. And that is like the first form of awareness. And actually, it did not stop there. The next thing is actually the interest stage. And I'm just talking about what goes on in the customer mind, not even your own mind. Your own is just to be at the back end of this. The next thing that goes on the customer end is the interest stage. Now, the interest stage is actually an engaging and nurturing potential needs. Like I mentioned to you, the shoe I was talking about. The first thing for awareness, the boutique I mentioned, what they did was that they put their store there and they put that shoe outside. That means that they created awareness that, oh, finally, there's a boutique here and we have this shoe. But for them, they can't just put it there and it will just be like that. They also created an interest. Creating an interest for them means that they consistently put that shoe outside every day. If I go there once and I saw that shoe, that the next day, if I just see that shoe again, or even if they buy that shoe, they must actually have to replace it with another shoe. If I do not see any shoe there again, I'll lose interest. So you have to engage and nurture your potential needs. And how do you do this? By doing lead magnets. Lead magnets are kind of like webinars, free trials. In Yoruba, we used to say that like how let people taste what you do. How can they taste it? Now, I know for agri businesses, we used to like do kind of like taste. You go to events, you put your product on desk and things like that. Some people come, oh, they look at it, they look at the packaging. Can we taste? People start tasting like Gary. Gary people, I mean, Gary sellers actually like do that a lot. And for some of us that are actually like techie, we might have to start doing email nurturing campaigns, newsletters. Newsletter is actually like very, very, very good when it comes to engaging customers. Newsletters, okay, fine. This is something about our product again. You might just like change content. You can do like maybe like expository about our product. Let's say that you actually have an e-commerce site, maybe where you sell food products. You can just like do a kind of like rundown of how the page looks like. Oh, okay, fine. We have turkey today. We have oil. Oil is 5,000. You can even display your discounts. You can display, oh, fine. We just partner with this person. These are some of the things that you can use to engage the interest of the potential customers. Then the last thing is also customer testimonials and social proof. Okay, fine. Who are the people that have bought from you? What are they saying about your product? So for me, I used to have a whole lot of case studies. So let me mention something about this again. There's actually an Instagram vendor I actually bought something from in December. So I've been looking for a very brown shoe, a kind of brown Oxford shoe, and something about me, I'm a very, very hard customer. So I saw that shoe, they posted it around, I think around November. November used to be like Black Friday. That's when we used to have like a whole lot of discounts and things like that. But I didn't buy it. So I thought their name is BA Fashion. Yeah, that's true. I saw them on Instagram. So I didn't buy it. So I And the reason I didn't buy it is that, oh God, Instagram vendors, they've shown me shady. Oh God. And so I was like, oh, I'm not going to buy this. Like, so I just kept on seeing this, they kept on doing ads. And I kept on seeing them every day. And you know something about Instagram? You people, please start doing ads on Instagram. It's very, very important. If you're an Instagram user, you need to know. One thing in my mind now that I want to buy is an iPad. But do you know that I've been seeing iPad in my dream? Because every time I open Instagram, I'm always seeing somebody selling iPad every day. And that's actually that's how hard it works. Once you search for one thing like this, they'll continue to put it in your face every time. And that's why it's also very good for you to be using that thing too. So now I didn't buy anything from BA Fashion, but the time I decided to buy was December when I saw comments. You know that all those people you see on Instagram comment, and the shoe is nice. They are the one that put it themselves. They used to go and beg their customer, please, 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 please help us to put. Oh, imagine that I bought a product and you're still telling me to help you to talk. Yeah, it's good. It's actually a good feedback. And one of my friends that I follow on Instagram actually commented, oh, that actually made my mind, oh, fine, thank God, these people are not, they're not going to do this. So, and that was actually until I buy. I'm so sorry, I like telling stories because it used to like drive points more. So that is actually like the interest stage. So we've talked about the awareness stage. The next thing is the interest stage. The third one is now the consideration stage. To sell products, to make sales is not easy. So now, in consideration stage, you want to show why your solution is the best fit. Now, customers actually have a whole lot of options. Like I told you, a whole lot of people sell iPads, still don't know who to buy from. Now, how can you get this consideration stage done? Number one, product demos and case studies. Like I've mentioned, you need to make demo of your product. If it is pad, you might need to go to schools to go and show demo. Oh, fine, give it to some girls to wear it. Partner with maybe local government, partner with a lot of people and things like that. If it is actually an e-commerce site, you might need to like do we call it testing. It's not really like testing, more like product demos testing. Go to schools, go to people that need your product, go to lounges if you're an agri business, go to maybe lounges where they sell food, tell them to use it and test like that because it shows people that, oh, fine, this thing is working and we can buy it. And that's one thing Apple used to do. Apple used to do that thing anytime. Maybe I remember when iPhone 11 came, they did a whole lot of like product demos. They gave people for free to use their phones and things like that, and they got it. And also personalized consultations. You might need to walk up to some organizations that, oh, fine, we use this, especially when you have an edtech company and things like that. You might need to go to some maybe big schools, like Corona, this and this, we have this, use this. Then also competitive comparison. Also like consider what look at what your competitors are doing. How are they doing it? So that you can also like be able to bring it so that people will pick you. So consideration just means that why would they decide to pick you? Is it because of a particular feature? Is it because, and people need to see that feature in person. The next thing is now the decision stage. Now, so we've gone through this 4 stages. The last stage is now the decision stage. Now, fine. Customer now wants to buy. Now, this is actually another very, very difficult. Now, the goal here is to convert prospects into paying customers. Now, funny enough, the story I told you at first about that shoe, I did not tell you if I bought that shoe or not because at the end of the day, I didn't buy it. Funny enough, the reason I did not buy it was because the shoe was 20,000 naira the first time I went to the store to buy it. By the time I wanted to buy it, I think they said it was around 23,000. And I priced it at 22,000. And the sales girl said that no, she's not selling. And I walked out of the store. Imagine that I've seen something for a month, more than a month, and at the end of the day, I didn't buy it just because of 1,000. So now, decision stage now has to do with how do you pay? How do you convert these customers, prospects, into paying customers? And how can you do this by exclusive offers and discounts? They could have told me that, sir, pay, okay, you have 22,000, bring it. Give us your phone number. You can pay 1,000 later. I could have paid it, actually. Because one thing about me is that once I have budget for something, that is that budget. I'm not paying more than it. Also, offer discount. I know so many of us actually do this. If it works for you, fine. Funny enough, I also know one strategy that people do online. Their products normally that thing the cost is 10,000. They will tell you that it is 12,000. They will now tell you that, oh fine, there's discount. Buy it at 10,000. It's actually a lie, but it's a very good strategy. One thing about sales is also that there's no line in sales actually. Sometimes you might need to be very diplomatic and also like put good strategies out. Then you might also want to do personalized sales follow up. Message people that you collected their phone number, like message them, oh fine, are you buying? But another funny thing is that when people tell you that, okay, how many hours for this lecture? It's just 1.5. I think I have like 30 minutes more, or maybe 28 minutes. Thank you. When people tell you that, I'll come back, please, they are not coming back, please. They are not coming back. When people tell you that they'll come back, collect their phone number, collect their email, or collect their address, please. I can't imagine that someone comes to my DM now and I'm selling something and you ask me for price. I gave you price. Color, I gave you color. I gave you everything. And you now say that I will come back. I will message you later. No, you don't have to wait until they message later. Please go to their DM. Ask them, sir, do you want to buy this thing? We are offering discounts. We are doing this. We are doing that. Be in their face, actually. Sales is also about persistence. I don't know if you, one of the best places to learn sales is actually people in the bank. They give them a whole lot of targets. Providence Bank, one of their staff, she has not allowed me to sleep for the past 1 month. Sir, open account, open account, open account. And you have to put 100K. My 100K cannot do this. This girl is always in my DM every day. The worst I can do is to block her. You go and meet another person. So, and also that also means that a shy person cannot really do sales. You need to like take away shame from your body, but also do it in a very, very good way. Um, so also risk reducing guarantees like money back warranties. You might want to offer people money back. Oh, fine, there's warranty on this thing. If you use this thing, if it spoils, maybe in the next 1 month, you can always bring it back to us for repair and things like that. So that actually works. So that is the decision stage. Now, the last one and the most important in sales funnels is retention and advocacy. Now, the reason I say this is very important is the fact that I can't imagine losing a customer that have gone through all this process to get. One thing about me is that if you buy from me once, you always buy again. You must always buy again because the way I will treat you. And this also comes with how can we keep customers engaged and turn them into brand advocates. The reason this is very important is that if a customer buy your product and that product is good, automatically they become a salesman for you. Why? Because in sales, the word of mouth and referrals is more powerful than your hand that you are doing. If I have a particular friend that's okay, say that, oh, I want to buy a laptop, I can easily say that, oh, and the person see my laptop, the person will ask me, where did you buy this laptop? You're like, oh, I bought it from him. The person will prefer to buy from that person than to go and buy from somebody that is maybe sending ads. Why? Because it is trusted already. And depending on what I tell that person, if I say that, don't buy from them, okay? I saw Shege from them. Mind you, that Shege that I said, that word that I gave, it will go to 10 other people, which would actually spoil yourself. And that is why you have to treat every customer like they are going to buy tomorrow. That's the way I used to say. Treat that customer like that customer is going to come to you tomorrow for that something. And some of the things you can do is customer support and onboarding. Okay, when a customer uses your product, when they buy something from you, you can always go back to them that, oh, fine, how is this product? I hope you're not having issues with it. You can even help them with setup. I know these guys used to do with Tylo. If you buy a chair from Tylo, Tylo can send somebody to your house to come and help you to set up the furniture. It's actually a very, very good thing. I know there was actually a time slots used to be to you buy a TV, they will give you setup for free. So they send an engineer with you to help you to set that thing up. And I don't know, there's so many things. You can also offer discount to them. You can also help them. Okay, fine, you are doing fish production. You can easily just ask your customer, oh, I hope the fingerlings are doing well. How is their health? I hope you're not having losses and things like that. One thing about sales is that sales is actually a partnership. And something about partnership is that partnership is friendship. Partnership is friendship. I'll prefer to buy from somebody that I have a close relationship with than somebody that is just a stranger. If you are the type that, oh, they just buy something from you and that's the end, you might not really have that retention that well and even advocacy. Advocacy means that how can they help you to also like market your product and also how to make referrals. There was a time I write grants for people, and for my grant writing, I've never done publicity in my life. In fact, I've never done flying in my life. And I used to have like 2 customers asking me to write grants for them per week or maybe write business plan. Why? Because it's the same people that I'm writing with that I'm writing for that is actually like telling other people, oh, I have somebody that can do it for. In fact, this Tony Elumelu Foundation actually like helped some people to review their applications and they come in and that day I have to message some of them. Oh, I've gotten they gave me the grant, I entered finance. Oh, sorry. Okay, fine. Let's have a call to tweak this. These are some of the services that you can do for free for you to be able to have this kind of retention and advocacy, which is very important. Two things it does. It doesn't make you to go through this stages again, and it also helps to cut down the cost of your sales budget. So that's that. That is actually the end about sales funnel. So I'm going to like give 2 minutes for questions. So if you have questions on sales funnels, you can just put it in the chat box. So and we're going to be doing this between 109 and 111. 112, 113, I'm going to answer the question. So please let's do that quickly. Questions about sales funnels, or if you have any comments, or if you have anything that have helped, worked for you before. Okay, so I think this is actually very interesting now. So if you have anything that have worked for you when it comes to sales funnels, please just put up your hands and I'll call you to talk. Thank you. All right, anyone? If you want to maybe give us extra thing that have worked. Okay, Felicitas, first person, so please go on, then I will be waiting for next person. All right.
Good
Please
afternoon.
unmute your mic and talk. Good
Okay.
afternoon, huh?
Good afternoon, everybody. So,
Yeah,
okay, the contribution I want to make, I was actually into footwear. I sell footwear online before I moved into the agricultural sector. Then I remember that was when I was in school. So I sell footwears online. So when you talked about, no salesperson is a liar, I remembered what I used to do then. Maybe let's say a particular footwear, the actual price to sell it is 15,000 naira. Then I will be like, okay, I will add the cost of the way bill, because then I was doing drop shipping. I don't have the product physically. I drop ship, like I repost pictures and all that, and I make my money from there. So I'll add the cost of the way bill to the price of the product. I'll add, yes, I'll add the cost of going to the park to pick it and everything. When let's say all those additional money is 20K, then I will now say, okay, the price of this product is 20K and it's free delivery to any location and all that, Yes, then my customers will now be excited, oh, free delivery, like they're not going to pay for way bill. Whereas some other businesses doing the same thing that I was doing then, they'll just put the actual price and be like, the way bill fee is not included. Then that made me to make more sales. Then that strategy that I used, then I noticed that I was making more sales with that strategy. They didn't know that I've already imputed those prices in the cost that I gave them. you get. But now,
Okay.
venturing into this business, I actually started this business. This business came as an idea when I was 7. I started in 2023. So I actually started this. Like officially, it was last year. That's when I started it. So Nourish Raw Food, particularly, just about
You have just 20 seconds more.
Okay, thank you. So my question, like, from my business, because I've been having issues around the sales and this, and that's why this class, when I saw it, I was like, okay, I'm going to be in this class. So my question now is, for my kind of business that now requires NAFDAC registration, and yet we don't have NAFDAC number, and my business model is not a B2C kind of business. It's not like the one I did before now. It's a B2B kind of business. And most of the businesses that I've approached, they're like, okay, that if it doesn't have a NAFDAC number, that they can't accept it. And that made me not to be making sales, like most sales like that.
Sure.
Like, yes, most people that I sell to are just direct consumers, and the sales is not really giving. So what do you think? Like, what advice would you give me for me to be making sales now that I'm still going through the NAFDAC process? Because I've started the process already, but we have not gotten the number yet.
Thank you. So the issue of NAFDAC is actually a credibility thing. If you're selling to business, really, I'm not going to buy from you. Maybe if you don't have CAC, or if you don't have, I'm a business development person myself, so, and I do majorly B2B. And if you don't have NAFDAC or things like that, I don't see you credible. I mean, credible enough to like do that business. So, but in the process of maybe registering, I think the best people you can sell with for are the people that you have relationship with. So you might have to like maybe go down on that. Double down on that relationship part. Okay, fine. Somebody that know you will not really like, oh, you know that, oh, fine, you're credible. So that means this is actually now a personal thing that, okay, fine, people trust you personally, that, okay, this thing is original, that you are not a fraudster, that you are not this and that. But apart from that, I will just tell you that please go and double down on that too, and see level on that relationship part to be able to sell to people. So that's the only comment I'll give on that. I think the next person is Dale. Dale, please. Just 1 minute, please, so that we can round up the class. Hi. Can we have Dale? Okay, all right. If Dale is not available, Comac World Solution. Comac World Solution.
Hello, sir. Can you hear me, sir?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can hear you now.
Sir. So sorry, sir.
Okay, let me. Okay,
all
right. Go on.
All right. So I produce musical instruments. I make guitars, violins, and all.
Okay.
So the challenge I've been having actually, it seems like we really don't have people making these things here in Nigeria. And
We don't have what? Please, can you come again?
yes, it seems we don't really have much people doing this in Nigeria. Most of the musical instruments we have in Nigeria are imported.
Okay. Okay. Do you produce it yourself?
Yes, actually, from the scratch.
Okay. All right, fine.
So I've been having issues, trying to navigate the fact that it is locally made, although the standard is still actually there, because I've taken my time for like 7 years to go through different trainings locally. And
okay. So please ask your question quickly so that I can give you feedback.
Now, I have issues with convincing and bringing people to the knowledge that these things, despite being made here, because I want to retain the fact that it's made in Nigeria, is quality and worth buying. So what are your suggestions? What are the ways you feel I should go about it to come in that niche of market and come out strong?
Okay. All right, fine. Thank you. So number one is that, let me just answer because I've not done musical business before. But one thing is that, one, who are the people that you need to know the particular people that are going to buy from you? Churches, mosques, religious organization, cultural organization. One thing is that. there are different types of churches. Some churches are never going to buy from you. Like they are never going to buy from you because they need sophisticated things. Like, it's also like has to do with class now. But you might need to approach the people, you might need to go and do your user persona again. Then also, what is the advantage that you are giving to people that are buying from you at the end of the day? Is it price? Because most times in Nigeria now, because of the purchasing power, price is one of the things you can really use to get people. If you are selling a drum set, if a drum set, maybe a very sophisticated drum set is maybe like 1.5 million, and there's a church that just starts, maybe CAC, Agbala Itura, beside your house, and they are buying from, they might need music instruments, and you're telling them, you can't tell them to buy for 1.5 million because they don't have that money. But if they see a locally made material, products that maybe cost like maybe 100,000, 150,000, and things like that. Do you want to offer them discounts? Do you also want to offer them payment system that is also like efficient for them? One thing about I don't really know the kind of like, I can't really define your user so well, but maybe we can talk about it later. So, but some of the things I've seen is just that pricing strategy, your knowing your user persona, and also what are the other advantages you can offer them. Do you want them to maybe paying at installments if it's not going to affect you? Do you also need to go out more to see, like survey? How many people do you even have in your CRM? Your CRM is actually like a list of people, potential people that need your business. So that's one of the things we do in business development. If I'm selling this product now, I have to list, to start with, I used to list 100 potential customers that need my product. I will list them. That's a CRM list. 100 people. And am I sending letters to them? Am I meeting them one-on-one? You might need to pitch more. You might need to talk more. There are a whole lot of people that need your products, like that don't even have finances to go to that high class and maybe imported thing that need your product. So abilities, number one, expand your reach. Offer more, offer more things to them. Pricing, maybe when it comes to price, maybe when it comes to discount, maybe when it comes to paying method and things like that. So that's all I'm going to say. So I think we can have one more person before I move on. Comac Wall Solution. Please, if you have any
Hello and
other
good afternoon,
questions,
sir.
please
Thank
just type in the chat box. I'm not going to be taking questions after this until the end. All right, thank you, Comac.
All right, sir. So very quickly.
Wow, Comac has actually disappeared. Wow, let's see, 5, 4.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Yes, please go on.
Okay. So I was asking, the sales funnel you shared, is it just for product-based business or both product and service?
It's for
That's
both
one.
product and service.
Then two, you talked about. I said?
I said it's for both product and service.
Hello? Oh, okay.
It's for both
So
product
you
and
also
service.
talked about word of mouth. I got that. I said you also talked about
Okay.
word of mouth and ads. Okay. So most of my clients are actually people I don't know. I got them actually from ads. Okay. So I want to know, most of them, they really don't like doing the questionnaire submission, as regards to evaluating the quality of service and product they got. So how do I get them to do that? Because I understand that they are quite very busy people. So I don't know if there's any other thing that can be done outside of a survey, okay, to make it easy for them to subscribe to that in terms of increasing, like getting more of, yeah.
So what do you sell?
Hello?
Yeah, what do you sell?
I'm asking if there's any. Okay, paint product. We do both paints. We sell both paints, and then we carry out services, different kinds of services, interior, exterior designs, and all that.
Yeah, I think your sector is actually even a very, very interesting one, because this is also about looking good and things like that. So if I've sold a paint, let's say I sold like maybe 100 buckets of a paint to somebody, there's actually no point in me not having personal relationship with that person. So one thing is that everybody eats question. Yeah, I understand that. I hate
Yeah,
questionnaires too.
exactly, exactly,
I'm
exactly.
never. But have you have the phone numbers of these people? You know, they are just sometimes, like I mentioned at the beginning of this class, as a business owner, please don't give over your sales department to just people to do it alone. You are the salesman yourself, you are the founder, you are everything. And it's very important when you're just starting. Have you ever called this customer? Like somebody that doesn't want to be disturbed by survey, you can easily call them. And the reason you are calling them is not just to ask for survey. To I mean for hello, I just want to, it's not like all this how this OP used to call you. Hello sir, good afternoon. I just want to check up on you. Like the paints you got, I hope it's good. If somebody bought if somebody got 100 paints or bucket from me, in fact, I will attend your house opening, because it's a whole lot of money. Okay, maybe if you buy two paints, I might not attend. But if you buy 50 paints, especially for people that are building mansion, as a owner,
Yeah,
you should
that's
be
a
able
whole lot
to
of.
attend. Yeah, you should be able to attend that house opening. Why? Because you're also going to meet potential clients there. You can even do card. You do card. Oh, when you meet the person at the house opening or maybe office opening. Ah, good afternoon, sir. I'm the one that sold this. I mean, I'm the one that sold this thing to them. You can see it's good. So if people don't want to be disturbed, and it is actually different approaches. Survey is one approach. There's a whole lot of approach. Phone call is another approach. Some people do not like phone calls. I don't like it too. Some people is personal relationship with them. Some people is just I don't know. You can just if one is not working, just get another one so that it can work. So let me quickly
All
just
right.
read this. Thank you. Clinton Mbono, get rich quick scheme is a lot of formal market based marketing to get. How can you use such a strategy to get customers to buy from us? Uh, um, this so one thing I've seen about this formal based marketing to get clients is that coming. So one thing I've seen about this that is that it's not every sector that it works. It's not every sector that it's actually work, especially when it comes to flash sales, um, because profit is some products actually have like limited profits in the sense that you don't have that kind of like luxury to really like give that discount, to really like do that flat sales and things like that. But if you actually like work in tech, things like that, I think pre-premium is actually like one of the best ways to like really get like initial customers. And because your product is not cost stipulated, which means that it doesn't have like a benchmark price. So um, I can sell for I can sell for a particular user now. If I know that the user is rich, I can sell for maybe like 1 million naira, and I can sell for a client that doesn't have money for maybe like 200,000. And I use the let's say the profit I have from that excessive sale to sell. I mean to cover the order. So it's actually like a very very good thing. So any marketing strategy can actually be used. It depends if it works for you or there are some people that it doesn't really like work for. So we just have to put that into um consideration. So please, if you have any question, just put it in the chat box. So I think the next thing I want to talk about is effective communication and pitching. because this is actually not really a pitch class, so I'm not really going to be delving so much into it. I know that we're still going to have. So effective communication just means the ability to clearly convey your value, engage your audience, handle objections, persuade potential customers to take action. I've said so many things. Conveying your value is actually very, very important. And one thing they always mention in sales is that what kind of benefits can people get from your product? You don't pitch features, you pitch value or you pitch benefits. Sometimes you always put the word together, value, benefit, and things like what are people gaining. So if you are telling me you are selling a phone now, you're saying that, oh, this phone has 32 MP, this phone has a 55,000 MPI battery, I will really not listen to you. I just want you to go straight. How can this phone better my life? How can it help my life? So that's some of the things that you should actually put into use when you are communicating with people. And for a salesman or for a startup or for an SME, you might not go on a stage to go and pitch. Pitching is every day when it comes to businesses and SME like this. Your friends, ordinary your friend that you're talking to, you must be able to convince them that don't just expect anybody to buy. So number one, in effective communication and pitching is that number one, understand your audience. Understanding your audience. One, how rich are they? Who are they? What is their problem? What is their need? How much money do they even have in their pocket? Right now, if you're a salesman and you tell me to go and buy, you say buy this Bentley is 230 million naira, I'll just be looking at you like, do you know what you are doing? Like, please 230 million naira Bentley, I don't have it. So if you don't research, on a normal day, you see me, I dress very good, and you are pitching Bentley to me. You are just wasting your time because that means you don't even understand me in the first place. Me, I'm looking for how to make money and like that. So that's just in a very, very lighter side. The next thing is crafting a compelling value proposition. Um, how do you so this actually works especially when you are writing proposals. We used to say this that when you are writing proposal, you are care more about the person you are writing for. What are you offering them? Focus on benefits, not just features, like I've said. I want to make your life better. This camera, you don't need to go and buy. You don't need to go and buy uh, a digital camera again. With this phone, you can cover your daddy's burial. You can cover your grandpa's burial. You can cover your children's burial. You don't spend more. You don't do this thing like this. This recyclable pad, you don't need to care about washing and washing again. I mean, you don't need to care about disposing or maybe littering again. You don't need to care about the price. So those are the things that you want to mention when you are crafting a compelling value proposition. And for some of us that are really working B2B, business to business, you want to tell for the person that is doing a tech company, this is actually very important. If you're marketing to schools, there are some things that should be in your proposal. That number one, you need to care. You need to research that school. I mean, that educational school that you're working with. What's their pain point? Is it that do they even have projectors in their school? Do they have display boards and things like that? Then what are their needs? Is it that they have uh, teachers? So I remember when I was marketing an tech company product with a company called Learner's Corner. I went to a particular school and my CEO mentioned something. He said that with this product, you don't need teachers again. My mind was like, oh, guy, you have said rubbish. Why do you say that the school do not need teacher again? That means you are taking the job of the teacher away. You could easily say that you are reducing the stress of their teachers. You can't just say that you are reducing their teachers because the teachers will not let that product to sell. They won't accept it because the owner of the school will still go back to the teachers that should we accept this thing? Not. So just say that we are reducing stress. So and it also has to be very, very diplomatic when you're pitching some of those things. Then also handling objections. People will ask you questions. One thing I've seen about owner of business is that we used to argue a lot and it's really very bad. You know your product, you know it. You are very proud of your product, but please, people also have their own objection. I've realized I've went for a pitching section before, and someone said that my product is not. I think they said it's substandard. You have said it, sir. You are the owner of the money, so I can't argue with you. I think the only thing I have to now do is to prove on why it is not substandard, not to be telling that no, you won't sell because they are the one that has the money. So address concerns, especially with data, confidential in data, especially for some of us that have tech products. People will ask you about data protections and things like that. So you might need to like have answers to these things before you go out to talk to people about that. Then when you are talking, you should be able to tell stories. Tell stories, please. You can see that in this class now. I've been able to tell you a whole lot of stories. If I didn't tell stories, this class would not be interesting. So please know how to tell stories. The story about art. Even the story might not need to be true. I'm not telling us to lie, but fabricate things out. It'll be very interesting. People will not listen to you if they're not interested. So nourish well. Oh, fine. Let me make use example. Yeah, then your story should not be long. Please, it is a pitch. Pitch is that's what they sometimes they call it elevator pitch. It must not be one than 1 minute. I know some of us talk too much, so please know how to say it quickly. The shoe story I told you now, it's not that long, even though I didn't tell you the whole story, but at least in your head, you start picturing when you tell people story, they start putting their head, oh, you start picturing that boutique, you start picturing that shoe, start picturing this and that. Actually, the story is not true. The story I told you is not true. So it's a very, very interesting story. But the fact that I'm the one that told it means that it's true. So um so I think the next thing is call to action. Also, at the end of your every speech, tell people what you want them to do. Don't just go and talk. Sir, I want you to buy this. I want you to buy 10 units. I want you to give us this. I want you to give us this. Sir, can I have your card? Can I call you? And things like that. And so then the last thing is now building and managing customer relationship. Please, okay, I think we've talked about it. So we don't really need to like do more. Retention, always care about retention, always retain your customers. I've never had anybody that buy from me once that will not buy again. I think it has not happened before actually because if I'm dealing with you, you think we are families because me, sorry, I don't have any other place to make money. So you are the only one, my customers. Sometimes I even send my customer memes on Instagram so that once I start sending emails, it means that Oga, you've not bought anything in a long time, so please continue to. I mean, you've not required my service in a long time, so start thinking about it. Then, so that they can also have you in their minds, so that they can refer you. So, then also, let's leverage technology for sales. Social media is very, very important. Email marketing, paid advert, and CRM systems. I know some of us might not be able to afford CRM systems now, but you can do CRMs with Excel. So list your customer, potential customer, go after them, their address, their emails, their phone numbers. If you can get it, start looking at it. Sometimes you might also need to pray. Like me now, I used to pray on my CRM. When I wake up in the morning, I'll carry my laptop like this, the Excel sheet, and I'll start mentioning their name and everything. Like I start calling them, sir, you must buy from me today. You must call me. You must come and service and things like that. So we've come to the end of the fast. So thank you so much. I think this is the point that I can just go back to taking questions and comment from people. So let me just quickly go through some of the comments we have. Hi, Mr. Shiri. Thank you for. My name is Rachel. I'm into paint manufacturing, water-based and oil-based paint. Wow, that's nice. Whenever I see climate grant opportunities, I don't apply. So my question is, does paint manufacturing fit into climate action space? Yeah, thank God I actually work in climate space too. So depends on the kind of story you want to tell, Rachel. Um, this life is about storytelling. It's about also like, so if you produce paint, you might say that this paint is organic. It is not inorganic. I am a chemist myself. I study toxicology. So there's some materials that they are toxic, like maybe PAH or polyaromatic hydrocarbons that when you remove them from the paint, it becomes a climate it's a climate compliance product. So you might also like want to apply it for this by telling them that, oh, your own product is actually like different from the normal product that can kill people. So that's the only answer I can give to that. So, but please apply for so many things, but don't waste your time applying for what you think will not work for you. So nourish food work makes cooking easier and faster. I like this so much. Cooking easier and faster. That is actually very, very good sales benefit. Making not that more nourish where we have one chemical in our food that it will do this. No, it makes it easier and faster. If you tell any woman this, I mean any woman or maybe wife this, they want to buy it with just a pack of our products, one can make favorite Nigerian meal in less than 20 minutes. Yeah, very good. I have some sisters. My sister will even put out to buy this for me because she doesn't like staying in the kitchen. So good. Any other question or comment before we end? Adebola, I think it's time already, right?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So one more question before we go. Okay, Cormac, is this a new hand or the previous one? Okay, you can unmute your mic and answer. And Chantel, okay, let me call Chantel first. Chantel, please, your question.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, my name is Praise. My brand name is Chantal. I make handmade shoes.
Okay.
So my question is, you said, because in the aspect of shoemaking, there are, we deals with size charts, and
Yes.
in some cases where we get to make, though, let's put it like this: in some cases where the customer make a particular request for a particular size,
Yes.
and you made the request for them as requested for,
Okay.
then they brought it back telling
Yes.
you, okay, it is not, like, it doesn't fit, or it's too tight, whereas all the mistakes are from them.
Mm.
And you don't have, they said customers are always right. And
Yes.
you want, and maybe this customer is one of your, let's say, highest paying clients, and you don't want,
Yes.
the mistake is from them, and you don't want
Yes.
a case whereby you are going to act in a way that is not going to be favorable to both of you, the both parties.
Okay. Okay.
The mistake is from them, not from you. But you have
I
to take the
understand.
blame. You have to take the blame, and you want to handle the situation in a kind, I don't even know how to put it, in a kind of way, because I'm currently facing something like that. This person is my highest paying
So,
client. The person
oh yeah,
orders.
ask your question. So let's
So
hear
my
it. Just
question
ask your
is,
question.
how do someone, like, because the person eventually now started giving your brand a kind of, how do I, a name,
I
because
get it.
this
But
person brings referrals for you mostly, and because of the single mistakes from them, they start giving your brand a kind of name that is not supposed to be.
yes.
So in that case, what do you think one can do to handle it?
Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much. Now, to answer your question, you've already answered your question yourself. So I bought a shoe from someone in December. I needed it for Christmas. So I ordered this shoe and I said brown. I told them brown. In fact, there's a picture. But funny, you know that anything you see online is different from physical thing. So they brought the shoe and I did not like it. Do you know that I did not see shoe to wear on Christmas Day? And I can't imagine the amount. I don't want to mention the person's name because I've already said it. I'm not going to mention it so that the reputation will not get bad. So do you know that I've told more than 50 people about how I got disappointed by that person? And I know that 50 people, they will have told at least two people. So that's it. So first thing you have to do is that please work on your system in your company. How do people pick sizes? Work on it. There's someone recently that started doing something. There's this shoe chart. So shoe is not just by size; it also has to do with leg too. Some people even tell you to send a picture of your leg so that they know maybe you have like an upper leg or a lower leg. I know tailors actually do that. So tailoring is not just by measuring; they also like measure some other places for you to know. So, like you said, customers are always right, and you've mentioned that this person brings a lot of referrals. So now go and look at it. If you go and make another copy of shoe, one, can you sell that shoe that that person returned? Absolutely yes. You might not sell it on time, but eventually you can sell it. So look at that. And also look at the fact that how much does it cost you to make another shoe? Does it correlate or correspond to the amount of customers you're going to lose from that? But let me tell you something. If somebody return a product and it is their fault, do you know that that person will likely buy from you again or likely refer you because they know that the fault is their own? I bought a clothes, I bought a jacket. I wanted to travel last month, so I bought a jacket from a particular Instagram vendor, and I realized that the jacket, the the lining was not that good, and I returned it. Do you know that they returned back my normal money, they returned back my delivery money, and I put it in my book that I must be buying something from this guy just because I did not stress myself. Like this guy was even begging me on Instagram. They're so sorry. They're this, they're that. People always want to relate with. Like, do you know that nobody wants different customers? If I want to buy shoe, I don't like to go to. I went to maybe I went to Nike today. I went to Adidas tomorrow. I went to Reebok. No, nobody likes that. People always want a particular vendor, but the problem is that we keep on getting disappointed. That's why we used to change people. Do you usually change tailors? No. I know women used to stick with one tailor, but once your tailor fuck up once, you're not going back. So you already know what to do. So just follow. But look at the cost implications, and you might also want to correct the way you do the size things. You might also want to make it complicated. I know you can get some of those things online. So I'm so sorry. Time has gone. I have another engagement, so we'll not be able to continue. So please, if you have any question, Adebola can give you my personal email so that you can send and I can answer your questions and things like that. So thank you so much, everyone. I really appreciate you for taking your time to listen and also contributing. Thank you. Bye.
All right, thank you very much,
Thank you, too.
Shay. We really appreciate that, and I'm sure the entrepreneurs here have been able to learn one or two. So yes, I would share the slide on the WhatsApp group so that everybody can get it. And also, I would share Shay's social media handle on the WhatsApp. We can see someone asking for it. I'll share his social media handle on the WhatsApp group as well. Please, the attendance link has been shared in the chat box. Ensure you fill the attendance form. I'll be sharing it again now. Yeah, there you go. Please ensure you fill the attendance form. It is very, very important. Yes, Ajibola, please go ahead. I think you have a question.
Good afternoon, ma. Thank you so much, ma.
Good afternoon.
I was not able to attend the orientation program. I didn't have good connection where I was at the time. So I'm wondering if that affects anything, ma.
Okay, so the orientation program was just an introduction to the whole SIA Startup Foundry program. So we just discussed what to expect during the program, how the program is going to be, and I had summarized all of that in the brochure. So someone just called my attention to another error in the brochure. I will look at it and work on that as well. So you can just go through the brochure, and that was all of what we discussed during the orientation program. And also, I want to note something. Please, whenever you are joining the calls, try to change the name on your device to your business name. That can help us locate everybody on the call. So Juliet Ekundayo, I would prefer, or we would prefer if we have your business name instead. I can see Dell, I can see Comaqual, I can see Kbax, I can see Bollat Paints, I can see Chantel, I can see Okemuti from Flexible. So we prefer if it's just Flexible instead of Okemuti from Flexible. I think we all understand that. So please, we want to have your business name instead of your name. So in case you are not able to join the session, let's just say someone that's representing you for another session, we know that you are in attendance. Yes, Cormac, your hand is raised. Do you have a question? Hi, Cormac. Okay, I'm not sure he's here with us, but if you have any question, you can always ask on the group chat and we'll try our best to answer you as soon as we get it. Please ensure you fill the attendance form. As I said, it is very, very important. And thank you for joining us today. I will see you on Wednesday. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.
Bye. Thank you, Mom.